Okay, so now we are getting to the fun stuff, which is the programming. And so I expect you to have IntelliJ open or whatever IDE you choose for this course. So the first thing is to do is to create a new project. And so I'll create a new project. And you have two choices. You can either use Maven or Gradle. They are basically the same thing. It's a way to manage packages. For me, I will use Maven in this course, but you might as well use Gradle if you know about Gradle. After clicking on Maven, I click on Next, and I need to make sure that the project SDK for Java is going to be 1.8. If you don't have 1.8, this is a big problem. Click on Next, and then you need to choose a group ID. For me, it's going to be com.github.simplestep, but you can put whatever you want, okay? You can put your name here. And the artifact ID is Kafka Beginners Course. And the version is just fine, 1.0. I can remove the snapshot. Okay, so now we have our group ID, our artifact ID, and our version. Click on Next, and then you save the project wherever you want. So for me, I'll have project, simple stuff, Kafka Beginners Course, and I'll also save this right here. Click on Finish. If you click on More Settings, you just get a bit more information, but this is fine. And click on Finish. The project doesn't exist. You click OK, and you'll say this window. So now this goes ahead and loads the project for you. Now I'm going to go into presentation mode just so you can see better. Okay, so now the first thing we have is a file called pom.xml. And pom.xml is just an XML file which contains all your dependencies for your code. So we need to go ahead and add the Kafka dependencies. So the first thing I want to do is go right below version, open a tag and add dependencies, and then press enter. So our dependencies need to go in it. Overall, I need to have two dependencies. The first one is going to be a Kafka dependency, and the second one is going to be a logging dependency. So the best thing to do now is to type Kafka Maven. And then you get a Maven repository, org.apache.kafka. We click on it, and then we land on a bunch of dependencies. So the trick here is not to choose the first one, which is Apache Kafka. It's actually to choose the second one, which is org.apache.kafka, Kafka clients. So I click on Kafka clients, and as you can see here, we have all the Kafka versions since release. Because we are in the latest version, where we'll use 2.0.x, which is the latest. So we click on 2.0.0, and now we get different blocks. So if you have Maven, you should copy this. But if you have Gradle, you click on Gradle and you copy this, etc., etc. So I'll use Maven, and I will copy this, go back to my dependencies block, and paste it. Now this adds the Maven. And as you can see, the dependency is not found. In the bottom right, there's a little pop-up. And you can say import changes, or it's hidden here, but enable auto import. So if you do import changes or enable auto import, it's going to be good. Say you missed it, you missed the pop-up, which is going to be in view, active editor, no, not exactly this one, tool windows at the very top, and Maven projects. Now you see there's a bottom right thing. So the trick here is to click on this refresh button right here, and this will download the dependencies for you. So as you can see, now my 2.0.0 is not red anymore, it's black. That means that the dependencies has been downloaded. And now there's a small dependencies folder right here that has opened on the right hand side, which shows that it has downloaded org.apache.kafka, Kafka clients 2.0.0. Okay, so the next thing I have to download is a SLF4j logger. So this is SLF4j API, and what I need is SLF4j simple to be able to log stuff in our code. So I go back to Maven and I just type SLF4j simple and click on search. And as you can see, the first one result is SLF4j simple. I click on it and I will choose 1.7.25 and I'll click on the whole Maven and I will go back to my POM. And under the first dependency, I copy the second dependency. And again, it gives me import changes. So this time I'll just enable auto import. And now the dependencies will be downloaded. The next thing you have to do is to remove this scope test, because we actually want this for the whole code. So you can just comment it out by doing control and the slash. like this, or you can just simply remove it entirely. Okay, so the first one is Kafka, and the second one is SLF4J simple. And this is enough for our dependencies. Now let's just do a small hello world just to make sure things work. So in Java, you're going to create a new package. For me, it's com.github.simplesteph.kafka. And then I'll say package first. So we'll call it tutorial 1. Okay. And underneath, I will create a new Java class and we'll call it producer demo. Enter. Now this looks good. I'll write PSVM, which is a shorthand for the main method, and then I click on tab, and this writes the entire public static void main for me. And I'll just have a system.out.println hello world. Just to make sure that Java works, I click on play and run producer demo.main. And if everything goes well, in a second, we should see hello world. So this is all good. If you get this, then we have set up the project correctly. And in the next lecture, we'll be able to write that demo of the producer. All right, see you in the next lecture.